Hello again to another Agricolor React. Today, be watching top 20 Super Bowl commercials of the century so far. And that's from 2021, so we're missing like 2 years. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Let's just start. And here we go.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with a Alexa?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Super Bowl commercials of the century so far.
Sarah? Clean enough?
Wait, hold up. This isn't a movie.
No.
It's a tourism ad for Australia.
For this list, we're looking at the most memorable Super Bowl ads released since 2000. It's the final countdown. Well, until our next countdown
I haven't
comes
seen
up.
any of
What's
those.
your favorite Super Bowl commercial of the century? Let us know in the comments.
Oh.
Number 20, Groundhog Day, Jeep.
Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's Groundhog Day. And don't forget your booty.
Just when you thought Bill Murray was out of that time loop, the Jeep Gladiator pulled him back in. Almost 3 decades after starring in Groundhog Day, Murray resurrected Phil Connors for this commercial. Phil's not the only returning character. Also present are Stephen Tobolowsky as Ned, Brian Doyle Murray as Buster,
How did I
and
not
a
see that one?
groundhog as the groundhog. Phil once again takes off with the groundhog, albeit in a nicer set of wheels this time. The commercial is even more brilliant than you might think.
Even
as it
into
aired
helmet.
on February 2nd, the
That's
same
so
day Phil
cool.
originally got trapped in.
It's not personal. It's just a game.
Don't expect a sequel though, as Murray called this his first and last commercial. What about those NBA ads you did in the 90s, Bill?
So?
Number 19, the next big thing, Samsung.
Are you sure that maybe you're not here to see a guy named Samsung?
I don't think
That would make more sense.
Reminiscent of a Judd Apatow comedy, this commercial from Super Bowl 47 finds Seth Rogen running into Paul Rudd in the Samsung office lobby.
Maybe in like 1998 you were the next big thing.
Wow, I've never seen you this excited about something that isn't food.
You are not the next big
You
thing.
make people physically uncomfortable.
Look, man, they gave me a phone.
I got one too.
Where'd you get that?
The actors are overcome with petty jealousy upon realizing they're up for the same position and begin to shoot various immature insults at one another. And we love to see it. Finally, a sleazy agent played by Bob Odenkirk arrives and insists they work together.
I don't wear a diaper.
You would wear a diaper for Samsung, though, right?
I would wear a diaper for Samsung.
What else you got?
The two pitch half-assed ideas for the
2013.
next big thing, only to be upstaged by LeBron James via tablet.
Man, that's incredible. You get LeBron James, you got the next big thing. You don't even need anybody else.
That's right. We don't.
Number 18, Magic Fridge, Bud Light.
Hey, the guys are coming over to watch the game. Aren't you worried about them drinking all the Bud Light?
No Super Bowl party is complete without a fridge stocked with cold ones. But what if you don't want to share your hoard of Bud Light with your buddies? The main character in this Super Bowl 40 commercial thinks of a seemingly foolproof solution by installing a secret revolving wall in his apartment.
How?
A secret revolving wall. Dude, you're a genius.
Unfortunately, he forgot to factor in his next-door neighbors.
Guys, hurry up! The magic fridge is back!
Definitely one of the funniest and most clever commercials of the century so far. This setup appeals to
That's
every
funny.
youth's
That
dream
is
of
very good.
stumbling upon a bountiful
I was just
supply
thinking
of
about
free
what
booze.
about the neighbors
All
and
hail
stuff.
the magic fridge.
Oh, it's funny.
Number 17, imported from Detroit, Chrysler.
What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most.
This engaging Chrysler commercial from Super Bowl 45 definitely doesn't shy away from Detroit's grittier side, but demonstrates that this is a proud city composed primarily of great people and hard workers.
Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are.
Eminem's Oscar-winning song Lose Yourself creates a fitting mood, showing that great passion and determination can
Is it
still
it?
come from the hard done-by corners of the country.
He is from
And we're
Detroit, isn't he?
certainly no one's emeralds.
Oh, there you go.
It might not appear very glamorous, but the Motor City is the only place with the fortitude to produce a luxury vehicle like the Chrysler 200.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Number 16, Hug Attack, Doritos.
Oh, babe, check this out. Hey, come on. You want a little chicken?
The annual
so
Crash the
mean.
Super Bowl contest has produced
Why?
one hilarious fan-made Doritos commercial after another. Hug Attack, which aired during Super Bowl 45, is a notable standout, teaching us to never tease a dog with treats.
You want a Dorito? Are you hungry? I want to get
Babe, don't hurt my dog.
Waving a chip around, a childish man mockingly tries to make his girlfriend's pet ram into the glass door. Charging forward in slow motion, the dog leaves the audience on the edge of their seats. The commercial offers an uproarious comedic payoff as the pug triumphantly breaks through the door and claims what's rightfully his.
Okay, that's a good one.
Number 15, it's a Tide ad. Tide. As great as some Super Bowl commercials are, others can come off as redundant. Tell us if you've ever seen any of this imagery during a commercial break. A fancy car driving across a sunset sky. A bunch of buddies hanging out in a bar. Someone in a clam surrounded by a heavenly glow. It's all been done before, and this ad knows it. David Harbour managed to pull the rug out from under us, however, revealing that this ambitious commercial is for laundry detergent.
What? It's a Tide ad.
What makes it a Tide ad?
There are no stains. Look at those clean clothes. What else would this be an ad for?
Even after the ad ended, Harbour wasn't done playing with our expectations. The actor continued to pop up throughout Super Bowl 52, stealing the Old Spice guy's thunder and stealing Mr. Clean's look. Who knew Procter & Gamble owned so much?
I'm in
wow.
Nice pants. Get off my horse.
Number 14, the joy of Pepsi. Pepsi. Britney Spears' music is always bubbly and explosively fun, making her the perfect spokesperson for Pepsi. And this ad has all the ingredients of a great music video, being infectiously catchy while also expressing something resembling a narrative.
How I never noticed that there's Coca-Cola thing in there.
This choreographed display captivates everyone
Wow.
from the slacking blue-collar worker to former Republican presidential candidate Bob Dole.
Easy, boy.
Even a few Coca-Cola employees are drawn in. Spears thus demonstrates that the joy of Pepsi is universal, regardless of your class, age, or occupation. As much as the world changes, this cola never will.
The world goes round and round, but some things never change.
Number 13, Castaway, FedEx.
Hi.
Hi.
Although FedEx didn't pay to be featured in Castaway, the blockbuster helped promote the delivery service in a big way. This ad, which came out a few years later, brought things full circle. As the credits rolled on the film, we all asked the same question. What was in the FedEx package Chuck chose not to open? Director Robert Zemeckis supposedly joked at a Q&A that it was a waterproof solar-powered satellite phone. This commercial had an even funnier punchline. As in the film, a former castaway returns an unopened FedEx package to a stranger. This time, though, he finds out what was inside the box.
What's in the package?
Nothing really. Just a satellite phone, GPS locator, fishing rod, water purifier, and some seeds. Just silly stuff.
The woman's chipper response and the forced smile on the bearded man's face are beyond priceless. Number 12, the man your man could smell like, Old Spice. We're not sure what's more surprising, that this commercial is over a decade old,
Is
or
it?
that the Old Spice guy went on to become Mike Hanlon in It Chapter 2. Either way, it's
Wait, that's the same
officially
guy?
reached classic status. Inspiring one of the decade's most prominent campaigns, the ad that
That's
started
seriously
it
10
all
years old?
commences with a now iconic setup.
No,
An
it can't be,
attractive
is it?
man in a towel addressing the ladies in the audience. What ensues is a masterstroke of fast-paced direction, slick editing, and witty dialogue, somehow ending on a horse.
Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
He's twice in the thing. The same list,
Isaiah
huh?
Mustafa's smooth delivery only made the ad more quotable for generations to come. In addition to being the MVP of Super Bowl 44, it also won that year's Emmy for Outstanding Commercial. Number 11.
Did
The
not know we
Force,
can get him before our
Volkswagen.
commercial.
Star Wars brings out the kid in all of us, and this commercial perfectly captures that sentiment. After a lengthy hiatus from the Super Bowl, Volkswagen returned with 2 new ads from the Deutsch agency. The standout by far was this viral sensation. We
I haven't
follow a
seen
little
it.
boy in full
How's that
Darth
viral
Vader
sensation
attire
if I
as he
haven't seen
attempts
it?
to command the washing machine, the dog, and a doll. The youngling struggles to use the Force until he starts his father's 2012 Volkswagen Passat. Of course, it turns out that his dad simply used the remote, but the child is none the wiser. Ironically, 6-year-old Max Page hadn't seen Star Wars before,
Aw.
but the mini Darth Vader would later meet the villain's voice actor, James Earl Jones.
To Max, May the force be with you. From me.
It was cool. I mean, I never got to read a male actor, and I've never got to meet Darth Vader actor.
Number 10, Parisian Love, Google. Google has gained a reputation for putting out some of the most emotional Super Bowl ads. We know that sounds strange for a tech giant, but after seeing this ad, you will believe a search engine can make people cry. In November 2009, Google debuted a commercial where an American goes searching for study programs in Paris and ultimately finds love. This was all brilliantly conveyed through a search bar. Although we never see the people involved, the search history makes it feel as if we've just experienced a crucial chapter in someone's life. The ad was so well received that Google brought it to a wider audience during Super Bowl 44. If the Saints' first Super Bowl victory didn't make you weep, this ad did. Number 9, Bohemian Rhapsody, Mountain Dew.
I see a little silhouette of a kind.
Is it possible for a parody song to be almost as catchy as the original?
Seems like
The
it.
Super Bowl ad is any indication? The answer is yes. For a period in the early 2000s, we couldn't listen to Queen's magnum opus without suddenly craving a Mountain
Something in my
Dew.
eye, guys.
Likewise, we couldn't drink this soft drink without getting the epic song stuck in our heads. It's all thanks to this commercial, which captured the operatic nature of Bohemian Rhapsody and the energy packed into every can of the Dew. The lyrics are cleverly tweaked to tie in with the Mountain Dew brand, and the quartet brings a refreshing sound to the Queen classic. Funnily enough, for some millennials and Zoomers, this was probably their introduction to the song.
What?
Number 8, Joe Montana Miracle Stain, Tide. For many, football isn't merely a sport, it's practically a religion. This ad has fun with just how seriously some people take the game and the players they worship.
Dude, you got Montana on your jersey.
When a San Francisco 49ers fan gets some salsa on his jersey, he finds the image of his idol, quarterback Joe Montana. The miracle stain, as he and his friend call it, sparks a media circus. It brings the 49ers fan fame, wealth, and the Montana spirit. That is, until his wife throws the jersey in the laundry. Hey, that's what happens when you marry a Baltimore Ravens fan. The ad is especially humorous when you consider that the Ravens beat the 49ers that year. Leave it to Tide to pick the winning team.
Go Ravens.
Number 7, cat herders, electronic data systems.
This man right here is my great-grandfather. He's the first cat herder in our family.
The idea of cowboys herding cats is every bit as silly as it sounds. What makes this Super Bowl 34 commercial so funny is how seriously the concept is taken.
Anybody can herd cattle. Holding together 10,000 half-wild short hairs, well, that's another thing altogether.
The production values are first-rate. The actors play their roles with straight faces, and everybody involved paints cat herding as the noblest of professions.
Being a cat herder is probably about the toughest thing I think I've ever done.
While the premise has little to do with electronic data systems, you can't help but smile at something so ridiculous and yet so epic. Just goes to show that any idea can work in the hands of brilliant minds.
It ain't an easy job, but when you bring a herd into town and you ain't lost a one of them, ain't a feeling like it in the world.
Number 6, Just My Shell, M&M's.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
M&M's have worked a fair deal of sexual overtones into their Super Bowl commercials. While I Would Do Anything for Love is a fine example,
I would do anything for love.
Perhaps the most blatant innuendo occurs in this Super Bowl 46 ad. Covered in a milky brown shell, it's easy to assume that the professional and glasses-wearing Ms. Brown is nude.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
Even Red mistakes Brown's shell coating for her birthday suit, prompting him to take it all off.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it!
Flexing and wiggling his body to LMFAO's Sexy and I Know It, Red leaves us all wondering how the M&M anatomy works.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Number 5, You're Not You When You're Hungry, Snickers. This Snickers campaign has inspired a few unforgettable Super Bowl commercials,
I've seen this one.
turning Machete into Marsha Brady and Willem Dafoe into Marilyn Monroe. The original remains the best, however, because let's be honest, nobody outdoes Betty White. The legendary actress sticks out like a sore thumb on a football field, getting tackled into the mud. Don't worry, they used a stunt double. It turns
Thank
out
God.
this isn't supposed to be the real Betty White, but a guy who hasn't eaten anything. Upon receiving a Snickers from his girlfriend, he transforms literally and figuratively.
Use Snickers. Better?
Better.
The same can't be said about another guy who's playing like Abe Vigoda. Abe Vigoda could probably use a Snickers too, or at least a good burger for old time's sake. Number 4, what's up, Budweiser?
I'm still not finding that funny.
It was
I
a
don't know
simpler
what's going
time
on.
when landline phones were still commonplace, computers were bulkier, and everyone had the same philosophical question on their mind. What's up? This inescapable catchphrase started with a short film directed by Charles Stone III called True. For anyone who's ever casually called up a buddy while watching the game and drinking a beer, you must admit that this short rings true, hence the title. Ad agency DDB recognized the short's potential, leading to a spot on Monday Night Football in December 1999. A couple of months later, another Was Up made it to the Super Bowl, this time adding a girlfriend to the mix.
What y'all doing?
Was Up would go on to inspire several other Super Bowl commercials and remains firmly rooted in the NFL. Number 3, Clydesdale Respect, Budweiser. Whereas most beer commercials put an emphasis on partying and good times, this Budweiser advertisement from Super Bowl 36 somberly salutes the people who lost their lives on September 11, 2001. Pulling an iconic red wagon, a unit of the legendary and majestic Budweiser Clydesdales makes its way across the snowy countryside from a humble farmhouse to a small town to the city of New York. As the horses take a bow before the land, we're reminded that even minute-long commercials are capable of evoking deep emotions. It's poignant, it's patriotic, it's a pitch-perfect tribute. Number 2, Free Doritos, Doritos. As part of their Crash the Super Bowl contest, Doritos gave fan-made ads a chance to appear during the big game. Brothers Joe and Dave Herber from Indiana won in 2009 for one of the funniest Super Bowl ads ever. At the office, an overexcited worker shows off his crystal ball. Although it appears to be an ordinary snow globe, the worker fulfills his prophecy of free Doritos by chucking the ball through a vending machine.
I think that's a yes!
It's an uproarious moment that comes right out of left field, pretty much literally. The laughs keep coming as his co-worker asks the ball about a potential promotion, receiving an answer below the waist. The commercial tops the 2009 Super Bowl ad meter, earning the creators a huge bonus.
Will I finally get that big promotion?
Promotion? Not in your future.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Tribute.
Guys, I can
Planters.
see. You
Mr.
can
Peanut
see.
has risen.
Because of the, oh, what is that?
Just kidding. I'm back.
The Bud Night, Bud Light. Well, it did foreshadow the final season of Game of Thrones. Super Bowl now, laundry later. Tide. Charlie and Stevie together at last.
When is later? Like after the game, or is that too late? During the ads?
Nah, later.
During the Pepsi halftime show?
Inside Post's brain, Bud Light Seltzer. Everybody loves this ad, except perhaps for Spleen.
Sir, the taste buds are ready for another sip.
Hey, can I be a taste bud too?
No.
I want to be a taste bud.
Shut up, Spleen.
Yeah, shut up, Spleen.
Yeah, shut up, Spleen.
Sorry, just talking to my spleen.
Big game. Wix. Why is Giselle teaming up with Shaw after what he did to Han?
Oh, they weren't! That's the movies that I haven't seen. I've seen that already.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to
One
our
of the
channel
reactions
and
videos
ring the
a few
bell
weeks
to
ago.
get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be
Were they in the
notified
same
for
movie though?
occasional
I don't think
videos
so.
or
Were they?
all
I
of
don't
them.
know.
If
I
you're
don't
on
know.
your phone, make sure you go into your settings.
What's
and switch
number
on
one?
notifications.
Is it gonna be the one with Morgan Freeman and?
Number 1,
No.
Terry Tate, Office Linebacker, Reebok.
Break was over 15 minutes ago, Mitch!
Shortly before directing Dodgeball, a true underdog story, Ross and Marshall Thurber gave us Terry Tate, Office Linebacker. Dodging a wrench is one thing, but nobody gets away from this human wrecking ball. Stemming from a series of shorts, this commercial offers a compilation of Terry's most aggressive/inspirational moments. On Terry's watch, no worker shall take an extended break, no TPS report will go uncovered, and nobody will waste company money on a long-distance call.
You wanna can't play games, Gene! Well, when it's game time, it's pay time!
There may be some broken bones and
What's
head
going
trauma,
on?
but Terry gets the job done. And for those who don't really follow football, no, Terry Tate isn't a real linebacker. You might recognize actor Lester Spate from the Gears of War games, however.
Stupid! You want some of this? Come and get me!
Do you agree with our picks? Check
Why
out
is
this
that
other
number
recent
one?
clip from Watch Mojo. And
I
be
don't
sure
get
to
it.
subscribe and ring the bell to be.
Do you get it? Because I don't. Something number 2 would be better, I think. Alright, what do you think about that compilation? It is what was so. Yeah. Okay. Some of them are funny. They made me cry. Because I'm always crying when I'm laughing out loud. So yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.